Wow, was that the intro or the outro?
That was the outro.
That was the outro, ladies and gentlemen. We're over here talking about naps, and Lisa is outroing us.
Should I intro us again?
No.
Okay.
We're here. So happy Friday. Fired up on a Friday here in Jersey. The weather's beautiful, and we have a special guest today. Are you excited, Lisa?
I am excited, but do you see what happens when you wake us up too early to go to company meetings?
I know we had a big, beautiful company meeting and breakfast this morning. First quarter breakfast get together. We're going to do 4 of those this year because we are full throttle, full speed ahead as a company, putting this pandemic behind us one day at a time. And so it's been a long week, but we're ending with a bang. So we have a great special guest today. You may or may not know him, but you're going to get to know him. And this is Matt Wheeler, the marketing director for Kason Industries, silver sponsor for FedCon. Matt, good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going, Rich? Thanks for having me on today. I brought the time machine in the back here just in case we needed it.
I like it. As I was saying, we're going back to the future here. Just before we got on, we're going back to the future in the walk-in time machine. So for those of you, for those of the people out there that don't know who you are, give a little quick intro background on you.
My name is Matt Wheeler, Director of Marketing for Kason. Kason being an industry leader in the hardware space for walk-in and reach-in products. Also for truck body, actually. So if you ever seen any of those trucks that have FedEx or UPS or USPS or food trucks and things like that, those sliding handles on those front doors, or those are things that we also make, as well as hinges and things like that for truck body. But happy to be here. Happy to be a sponsor for this year's FedCon. Glad that we can get out and meet face to face. Definitely, I'm really excited about what you're doing for the industry, and again, being that digital disruptor. So, thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you very much. And talking about like disrupting and connecting and all that stuff, we're going to talk a little bit about Kason. We'll talk a little bit of what they have going on. But talking about like digital, like, you're obviously the director of marketing, and you know the importance of continually being out there and being seen. I mean, when you look at it, just to give people like another example, like me and Lisa talking about, connecting, we would not have connected or really known each other had this digital thing wasn't going on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And digital is not easy by any means. And it's not just like, oh, push a post out and see what happens. Yes, you can do some of that. But there's a lot of thought that goes behind posts and what you're saying about yourself and your brand, which is, again, paramount in marketing is making sure your brand message is on point so that people know who you are and have a perception about you. So very important. And again, not easy. So again, you guys do a great job of pushing that content out there. And I think with some of the ideas you have in the back end of the Fed Nation and memberships and things like that, I think that you can really offer some benefits to the industry and the folks that work with the service, especially.
Yeah. No, it's definitely going to be a long journey for the next. I always say, Lisa, that it's going to take every bit of my 40s. She's thankfully she's only still in her 30s. She's just getting started there, but it's going to be a journey, and that's what people need to understand. This is it's a life strategy, a lifelong strategy. Doing what we're doing here, going live, putting out posts, sending messages, and connecting with people on a human level, one-on-one. It's because it's those digital things that set us up for those in-person meetings. Changes the game. It really does.
I was actually going to bring that up, just tying together the digital presence with in-person presence and how much of an impact we've seen. Me, myself, over the last year, how many people recognize Rich just because of the live streams. And we don't know these people in person, but then we make new friends when we're out. Just because they're like, hey, Rich, how you doing? I know you.
It's true. It's very true. So Matt, Kason. Let's talk a little bit about Kason. I know service companies know them well for walk-in refrigerator and freezer parts. But you mentioned it. I mean, it's still a pretty diverse product line. what's going on at Kason? What are we what else do we need to know about some of these component parts? Because I find it interesting that they were on FedEx trucks and stuff like that. I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you don't realize how many commercial food service places are there. Okay, and then you walk by and you look, and if you were to look at our catalog the next time you go into the grocery store or whatever restaurant you prefer, whether it's BW3s or Five Guys or whatever, and you see back in the back, and that, oh, I recognize that latch or that hinge or that door closer or things like that, or you go by the ice machine at the gas station and those small hinges and that handle on a lot of those reach-in units are a Kason product. So my kids never enjoyed it so much when I tell them every time I see a Kason product, they know, yeah, Dad, we know. So, but yeah,
Right.
from the smallest hinges to the big strapped hinges that again, when you think about where the food industry started, it was these big giant coolers that were very thick, very heavy. Today you can still find some of that stuff, but a lot of our hinges were originally designed to carry 500-800 pound door kind of things and being very robust. So we used to have a strong man as one of the icons that Kason would use in their marketing for pushing this door shut because they were so heavy back in the day.
The Volt.
That's right. But from the standpoint of Kason, again, I've seen our challenges over the last 2 years from COVID impacts and the labor force and just challenges there. But we continue to invest in the company. In fact, I'm getting ready to drop a new newsletter to our internal teams that talks about our reinvestment in the company, because as things progress, we need to be more efficient in how we do things and operate. So new equipment from presses and die cast that actually get and mold the product to new water treatment systems that handle, meeting our EPA requirements and are exceeding them to make sure that we're a sustainable company. So at Kason, we're a fully integrated company from the standpoint of we buy our raw material, which is typically zinc and steel, plate steel, depending on what the product is. We form it and transform it all the way through the end process, whether it be chrome plating and then assembly and then getting it out the door to our customers or our OEMs, whichever it might be, service folks, or again, the people who are actually creating the walk-ins and or reaching equipment that you're seeing in food service.
Yeah. So we're talking made in the USA.
Yep. We definitely have component parts that we use as other parts of products that we make, but the main breadth of our product line is made here in Newnan, Georgia. I'm just outside of Atlanta. Newnan is just south of Atlanta. So very proud to be a U.S. manufacturer. And again, when you talk about supply chain and some of the challenges that other folks might be having because they might have import products, a lot of times we're able to be real flexible and help our customers get out of a jam in some instances a little bit easier than others could or might be able to.
Yeah, I mean because that's such a hot topic right now, right? Supply chain, it's just been it's been tough. I mean, it's been challenging. I mean, I still have probably as we knocked a bunch down at the beginning of the year, but now we're probably back up to 200 plus jobs on hold because we just can't source the parts. We can't find them. We've gone through it. We're searching everywhere. I mean, we're looking under rocks at this point. We're doing anything we can. It's been interesting to say the least. But and talking about efficiencies, we were talking about that this morning. We're at a point where the world is living in the world of now, and people don't want to hear about tomorrow.
Yep, definitely.
So, yeah, it's been trying to get the company on the same path, on the same vision. And a lot of companies, are always thinking about how to improve. And 5 years from now, we'll be thinking about how to improve. So, but I think right now, 2022, with technology and the world of now and the way the world is headed, it's all about streamlining and getting things done fast. People want yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way about it. You see some of the conversations that are happening with your group out online and the expectation that is there. And again, there's a lot of quick turnaround whether it be information or things. And then when people don't get it, it's like, well, why can't I have it today? And it's because things change, folks. So anyway.
Yeah, they do, and some people can understand, but so many people don't. You know, I could show you some angry email chains of listen, I don't care what you have to do, just order the part. Okay, well, we tried to order the part from the manufacturer and they don't have it, and then we tried to source it at 7 other places, and I went to this place, and it's just not available from anything we could see. We'll keep searching. Well, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I agree with you. It isn't acceptable, but there's nothing else we could do.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I don't know when this is going to come to an end. You talk to people, they say be prepared until 2025 for this to slow down. I don't know if you have any insight as a manufacturer, making things. I don't know if you have any insight on that. What do you think about that? How long are we going to wait?
I don't have the crystal ball. I wish I did, but no. Again, and from a manufacturer's perspective, we're dealing again with the same thing that everybody else is, whether it be raw materials or just supply chain in general. We're definitely making changes in how we order, because we're trying to make sure that we don't have a piece or a part that needs this one screw or something like that we don't make, and to ensure that we can make that and get it out the door, again, so that we keep our customers rolling and or businesses with replacement parts, whatever it might be. So definitely have to be on top of it. And again, we're making some strides there to do that. And our review team meets weekly to talk about where things are at in our processes and how we might, shift and do some things to again get our production out the door. So
yeah. No, it's been, like I said, it's been fun. Thankfully we do have the community, like the Fed group. I always push people there when I talk about this to, if you're not there and you need something, people are finding parts from each other in there. So if you go over to the Fed group, join, it's free on Facebook, and you might be surprised what you find.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it got us out of a couple of jams. There's a couple of hot parts out there right now that I know everyone's looking for. There's certain Blodgett motors and I can't even think now. There's something Star and Wells and some other switches. But yeah, I mean, you never know what you're going to find over there. But listen, RIFMA. We got to talk a little bit about RIFMA, because that's always a big one. I know we were trying to go, Lisa, but we've been saying yes to so many things. We just got to kind of, at some point, we got to say no to some things. I do love RIFMA. I do want to go to RIFMA. I think we might have to sit out, but Kason's going to be in the building. Yeah,
I'll send you a few photos and toe the line for Fed Group any way I can. We're going to be in booth 1123. Us and a couple of the guys from the company. Looking forward to it again, getting out there and seeing folks. We were there last year. Thanks for stopping by the booth. Really good show for us, and again, great organization to be a part of, and leader in the industry. So we're going to be happy to be there.
Are you showcasing anything? Anything interesting going on at that booth that people could look for?
We've got a couple of new products. The 488C, which is a new push bar inside release that works with our mechanical latches, is a real cool product from the standpoint of just, again, easy egress from the walk-in. You got stuff in your hands, you can bump it with your hip or hit it with the box or whatever it is. And again, it's like a similar door that might be in a movie theater or something like that, where you just push that bar and it's got a big space or a big area to push on and get out the door. We've got, again, our typical line of LED lights, easily retrofittable and great on the energy conservation and things like that. From the standpoint of a new door closer, we've got the 1096L and M, which is it's not the top of the door kind of snubber type closer. This one will actually help you either the L, which is for light, get the door off dwell so it doesn't hang open, or the M, 1096M, which is the medium, that actually has some adjustability and some force that'll help that door swing and get shut, so that it, again, seals and keeps your cold air in.
All right, awesome. So we're going to be checking that out at booth 1123 at RIFMA, ladies and gentlemen. Taz, I know Taz just jumped in. He said mid-Fed is going to be in the building, so he'll be at RIFMA.
Awesome.
That'd be good. Do we have any other comments in there, Lisa? I don't know. I saw some things coming through, but
Yeah. So this one comment I wanted to bring up. Paul Perez says, "Well, everyone wants things quick, but when it comes to ship projects, the project changes." I'm not sure if maybe they would want to clarify.
we might need clarification on that.
Is he talking about scope? Is he talking about the scope of the project changes?
Possibly.
That could be.
If he's still watching, please comment and clarify.
Yeah,
that
please.
for
Yeah,
us.
please, Paul. Just jump in. Yeah. No, but thank you for being with us. Yeah.
So Matt, I sent you an email with a very random question, and I don't know where this question came from, but I wanted to ask both you and Rich if there was an As Seen TV product that you've either been gifted or purchased yourself that you actually think is useful.
So I probably haven't been gifted as many as I'd like to have tried.
Really?
But the one that I do have is this silly ceramic egg cooker, the 1 minute egg or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it now lives in the back bottom of a cabinet in the kitchen somewhere. And every once in a while I'll think of it, I should get that out. But that's the one that comes to mind. So it's food service related at least, right?
So
There you
for
go.
me, honestly, it's the
I got
ShamWows. So ShamWow is, I think.
ShamWow.
Do you remember those?
No.
No.
I kind of. It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Rich is looking for his order history.
And
I'm looking to see what some of these are. Right, again.
I was gonna say OxyClean because I remember just like seeing OxyClean commercials all the time, but it's genuinely one of those products that I can't live without. It cleans everything.
So I didn't even realize that was an original As Seen on TV. It's in the next room. Trust me. Yeah.
Rich is still looking for one. If anyone has an As Seen TV product that they recommend,
Yeah,
please let me know.
I'm sure I've had plenty. None of these things though.
Do you have a Snuggie?
Yeah, the Snuggie. I can see you in a Snuggie, Rich.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I think I got a Snuggie somewhere. It's probably in a closet somewhere.
The hottest.
When you don't have your Fire background TV, you need a Snuggie.
You do.
We should make Fed Snuggies.
You should. Pre-order starting right now.
Perfect.
We have the Kason logo on the first batch.
Did you get any movement on that corporate sponsor, Fireball?
Did we?
No, like a Fireball, like the shot sponsor.
Oh no, we didn't.
Lisa, contact them. Tell them what you're doing and what you're all about.
Sure, I will. I'm definitely gonna call them and see what maybe they can do a signature cocktail for every Friday live stream.
I mean, yeah, the other one.
We really need to do that.
The other one, you Mike and Ike's, the fire candy.
Yes, those are pretty good too.
Yes.
Hot tamales.
That could be good. Well, I'll tell you. So I don't know if this is an As Seen on TV product. It might be. I have to go back and look. But I was gifted something called TV Be Gone.
What's that?
So it's a little device, and you click it, and it turns TVs off.
The clapper, almost like the clapper.
Any TV. So I've actually. I'm gonna admit this. I'm 40 years old now. I've recently been out to watch football over this like November, December, and I was shutting TVs off in a bar. People were losing their minds.
Wait, you did this recently?
Yes.
What?
Because I found it because we were cleaning, and I told Jenny, and she was like, "Oh no, you're not." I was like, "I am. I have to." And people are watching the game, and you see them going like this. And I'm just like this, and I'm like, I can't believe this.
Rich, this is yet another reason why we get along so well.
This is too funny.
RIFMA this past June, right? Was that June?
It was June.
Okay, so RIFMA June. Do you remember, Matt? Were you at the bar at all in the hotel? There was this one TV that was stuck frozen on an image of a woman cooking pasta for 2 nights in a row. So that's when you should have had that. So you could have turned the TV off.
Oh my god! But that is a hilarious thing.
I got a comment from Mike Reed. Hello, Mike.
Mike's in the building.
So he says, "Yeah, projects change during and after they are completed. The customer says, let's reorder the cooks line. Let's put the combi on the other end of the line. Oh, now we're gonna add 2 cooks tables."
Yeah, and I think that might be what Paul was probably talking about, right? I mean.
I think so.
Yeah. You were all set. You're all ready to go, and then the project ships, and it's like, oh, that's in now. Okay, great, because here's what we're actually gonna do.
Right.
Yeah, that does happen. We see that, so many times we go in and do site surveys and we're going to do installs and we're going to move this over here, we're going to move this over here, and then we get there and they're like, oh well, no one called you to tell you. And I'm like, well, no, we called and confirmed and you said everything was good to go. That's why we're here now. Oh yeah, no, we're some crazy. Oh yeah, no, we're not opening anymore. We're gonna, we'll give you guys a call back in like 8 months or something. We're like,
Mm.
it's just the craziest things could happen in time in between these times. And I even worry about some of these calls that are on the board right now. I'm like, we got to call some of these people and make sure we're on
Yeah.
top, because we might be waiting for $1,000 part, and they're like, you know what, we couldn't wait, we got a new oven.
Oof. I'm sure I would love to hear
So
the
we need to go
perspective
through those calls.
from the consultant side on how many changes they end up doing in terms of design and stuff too. I'd actually be very curious about that. Taz says change order madness,
Yeah.
but he also comments Glenfiddich Fire and Cane take a step up from Fireball.
Ah, okay.
See,
Well, Taz,
Taz knows his drinks.
yeah, it's because Taz has experience with Fireball and he doesn't want to re-experience it.
Yeah. I don't even think I could drink Fireball anymore at this point. It's like, it's just heartburn in a shot glass.
There's been a bottle of Fireball in my freezer for 2 years, and I won't touch it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're getting older when you have Prilosec in your car. So we now have Prilosec on the go. But so Matt, listen, you're down in Georgia, right outside Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So what's anything interesting happening down in Atlanta while we'll just have a little chat here. I mean, what's going on down in your neck of the woods? Anything interesting, good, cool?
I could answer that question a lot better if I was a lot younger, because I'd probably be going out a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm
but
with you.
Atlanta's still rocking and rolling. You drive through downtown and the amount of cranes that you see in the air is incredible. And then when you drive around some of the suburbs and you see the housing additions that are going in, and we're not talking about small houses and I would call them affordable houses. You're like, who is affording these houses, kind of thing, So I think the economy is definitely rolling around here, which is a good thing. Everybody talks about Atlanta traffic, and that's really relative depending on where you're at and where you got to go, kind of a thing. But outside of that, pretty much same old, I think. Weather's pretty decent today. Had a little bit of rain yesterday, but as far as Noonan, where we're at, which is down by Peachtree City, that place continues to be a hub of growth. Like a lot of industry actually going in there, which is again making things interesting from a labor standpoint. But hopefully that people can see the value behind Kason and our culture there, and what it brings to the community, and not just the industry. But we're definitely focused on our community that we're supporting. We have over just around 300 families within the Kason family, and then actually we in late December, 2 years ago, we purchased the company Oxford Hardware, which is over in the UK. So now we have people across the pond that are part of our family. So we're definitely growing, and it's a good thing.
Have you made it across there yet? Any plans?
Yeah, well, we had great plans. Actually,
for the pandemic,
yeah. We did the host show in Milan in 2019. Saw the guys then, and then we actually canceled the 2022 show or 2021 show because of the restrictions that were going on with the 14-day quarantine and things like that.
Yeah.
But the Oxford guys kept their booth, so our VP of Sales, David Ring, had it over there and hung out with the guys in the booth and met with them. So another good show. Attendance was down, of course, like everybody expects. But hopefully this year we're going to have a sales meeting, and we'll have the guys come over and hang out a little bit and see what we're all about here in the States. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's interesting because we talk about, going on the road and getting back out there in the world as it's opening back up. We want to go across the pond. We have, lots of people that watch from the UK, and that would be like interesting, like
international.
The tour of the Oxford facility, like something like that. I mean, that would be pretty cool.
That's right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
You can see all of our boxes that they're storing there to distribute throughout England and Europe.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, okay, that's so cool.
Yeah, I like that. And this is, and so we're celebrating 95, right?
Last
right?
year was 95. Yeah,
It was nine like right. So 2021 was 95 years.
only.
Only, yeah. Yeah, only 95. Do we want to do like a little giveaway to people watching?
Let's do it. How about whoever the first 3 to respond with how many years Kason's been in business will get a 95-year toboggan cap sent to him.
I like it. Let's see who's paying attention.
I know you're gonna have to get Lisa your contact information, or you can
Yeah.
or send it to me, one or the other, whichever's easier, and then Lisa, you let me
Yeah.
know.
Sure.
Throw that in the comments right now if you know. Oh, look at that. Oh, Mike's paying attention. All right, Mike, we got you. We see you.
That's awesome. I'm gonna write down Mike.
Mike's number 1.
Yep, I'm gonna reach out to Mike and get his contact info.
Let's see if who else is paying attention.
Anyone?
Chris Rowling!
Oh, Chris Rolling in the building, 95. He got it.
That's awesome. I think there's only one more left, right?
There's one more. One more. Lucky number 3 coming up.
And Mike again.
No.
Where's Taz at? Where's Jason at? Either of the Jasons, Jason Hartman or Jason Latimer.
Where the hell is Jason today?
Come on,
Says,
there he is.
oh,
Since we've been in business 1,926 years. That's good.
oh man, we got Ben Nash too. You're gonna have to send out a couple more than 3.
Uh-oh.
I'll see. I think I know somebody. I can probably find a couple of them.
Awesome.
All right, so we're gonna get some Kason. What was it? I'm sorry, toboggan hats.
Yeah, for everybody in the cold
Yeah.
weather these days.
All
right.
Kind of balmy.
All right.
Let's go tobogganing.
There's actually a place I want to go. Lake Placid. I was looking at that up there. You could actually, I think you can go. It's like Olympic style type things that you can.
Oh,
you
yes,
can
you were telling me.
and that, yeah, I mean, it looks so much fun. But did you realize Lake Placid is like a 6-hour drive from here?
Yes, it's very far.
I canceled that. I canceled the trip.
Mhm.
There's no time, so we're gonna do it next winter instead.
What?
But
what
also,
year-
you know, sorry again.
weren't there the Olympics were at Lake Placid, right?
I think once upon a time, yeah,
In the 80s, maybe.
yeah, it's definitely. I think there's like an Olympic town for sure. And
Or
they
the
also have
CBS or the CBS Wide World of Sports, one or the other.
yeah. So there's definitely something going on there because there's also the dogs. What do you call that? The Iditarod? Is that what you call that? The dogs that pull the sled,
Yeah.
right? So
Sledding. I don't know.
no, it's a dog sled. So they actually have the dogs there that you can get on the back in Lake Placid, and they pull you across the frozen lake. So that's another thing you could do there. They ice skating. There's all kinds of winter stuff there. Anyway, I was looking at it. And I'm like, man, I want to go, but then I saw how far it was. But what's that?
Yeah, I don't envy you Northerners anymore. I'm originally from Indiana, and I lived through quite a few snowy winters, and I definitely like the 9 months of summer in Georgia best versus the
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame a lot of people. For me, I don't know. I love the seasons.
Yeah.
And you know, I love going through the winter. You know, December, baby. I like the cold, and you know, and I like spring. So, and it's nice to know spring is coming. You know, we're gonna break out of this, and summer, and then my favorite time of year, Halloween. Right.
And speaking of, Mike Green says, I only remember that horror movie, Lake Placid. Right?
Oh,
one
yeah.
With the
There was something.
alligator?
Yeah.
I think it was the alligator.
It was something like that.
Alligator. Don't remember that one.
I have to look it up. I think there is a movie Lake Placid or something like
Is
that.
it Jennifer Lopez in that movie?
Oh God, no! I think this is long. I think that movie came out before her time. Might be an '80s movie.
No.
You sure?
I'm good.
Lisa, don't fight me on this.
I'll fight you.
All right.
Hey, Rich, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You put a lot of content out, and granted that support comes from a lot of your team, i.e., Lisa and a few specific others. What
Mhm.
time do you go to bed at night?
Oh, you know, it does vary for me.
Uh,
I would say close to midnight usually.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually going to sleep at midnight, and there is a lot of, you know, talking about like trying to build FedCon and get tickets sold and all these different things. I'm sending a lot of messages from probably 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. 12 a.m. From my couch.
Yeah.
You know, talking about that at the MOPSI conference. You know, because people always one of the biggest things they say is, "Oh, I mean, this is great. This is great, Rich. I don't have any time to do that stuff. I'm busy with my day."
Yeah.
But there's time if you want there to be time. You gotta want it, and you gotta be willing to put in that time and effort. I'm not saying everybody has to do 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Everybody's days look different, but there's always an hour. There's always 10 minutes. There's always time. It's what we do with it. It's up to us. Choose making a priority. So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
it's those nights where you're up till 12 and you're like, I really didn't need to be up this late, because you're not doing anything productive per se. But
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's sometimes like, man, this could be a whole big boatload of wasted time here. But then you wake up in the morning and you might get that message from somebody going, "Hey, Rich, appreciate you reaching out. I'm interested in hearing about FedCon." Or, "Hey, Rich, thanks for reaching out. We actually do need some help in the New York service market." So then those little things make it worth it. You're not always going to hit home runs and doubles and triples, but every so often, with consistency, you bring stuff to the table on those late night messages. So.
yeah, speaking of making things worth it, as far as FedCon goes, and anyone who's online now, even if you're not going, if you've got a question or like a need, or you want to hear about something specific from Kason at FedCon, reach out to me at mwheeler@kasonind.com, mwheeler@kasonind.com. And shoot me a note or shoot Lisa a note. Again, as a sponsor, we really want to, we want to interact with you guys because we feel that you're an important part of our customer focus, and because of what you do for the industry and replacement products on a lot of times. But it would be good to understand if there are any specifics that you really want to hear about, so that, if we can bring support materials or anything like that, we will.
I love that. Yeah, that's one of the important things too to know. Like, we're talking about FedCon, and Kason is a big sponsor for us, and putting in a lot of effort and support to help the cause. So it's super appreciated. And the Connection Express is going to be there. It's going to be lively. It's going to be jumping. There's going to be and it's the melting pot. So we're going to see consultants. We're going to see the reps, the dealers. We're going to see the service companies. Taz is going to be in the building. Walmart's going to be there. We're going to have some facilities directors. So there's technicians. I mean, we have technicians. We have a Rising Tech nomination.
Yes.
We probably have a couple of techs coming through that one, maybe one through our channel at Maliki, but somebody else, another company. So there's going to be such a melting pot. And I think, like Matt said, reach out to Matt if you have any questions or maybe comment, anything, honestly. Yeah. Open to dialogue, just to see how we can make this the best event for everybody. So
before we wrap up today on this Friday, because I know everyone's getting stoked for the weekend, Matt, I actually wanted to ask you, based off of the current agenda on FedCon, who are you most excited to hear from?
Gary V. No, he's not on there.
Oh man,
You're putting me on the spot. You're putting me on the spot, Lisa.
You hear that, Gary?
That's right. Come on, Gary.
Please, Gary. I've
right.
reached out to him, by the way, for probably during those 9 to midnight things, probably a dozen times.
Yeah.
I don't get responded to. Not yet.
Yeah, he's a tough one.
A video about being prank called. Maybe we have to prank call.
we should prank him.
Everybody from FedCon prank call Gary V.
we have to.
Lisa, by the way, flash his phone number.
He does have like a community text number, but that's not.
No. But Lisa, to answer your question, I'm sorry, I can't answer that specifically. I haven't necessarily. I've seen some of the posts about the sponsors that are going to be there, but I couldn't name somebody. It's just like I couldn't name the last movie I saw either. Although it was Jackass Forever, which is very good.
Wow. Yeah. Was that good?
Same cringe-worthy.
Yeah.
Laugh out loud kind of stuff. You're like, you got to be kidding me.
I can't wait to see that.
First movie in 2.5 years, probably.
I think it was Bad Grandpa. No, the one where he
appears.
That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Who we got texting us right here? Hold
on. We got Jeff.
Jeff Victory. Do you see we're on a live here? I know you're watching.
He's watching. Oh, I saw Jason Hartman snuck in here. I didn't even realize it. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Jason. We're all over the place today, Matt. And like I said, Rich woke us up way too early to get to a company meeting.
Yeah, we did. We had a nice big breakfast. By the way, Matt, are you a big breakfast guy?
Not typically. I mean, the weekends, depending on what's going on with the family and if I cook and something like that. But pack of crackers and I'm good to go.
All right, I got you.
Why? What happened?
I love breakfast. I could eat breakfast every meal of the day.
Oh.
I just was we were talking about being up early. We had a big breakfast buffet for everybody. Yeah, I could eat like eggs Benedict, all that brunch stuff all day.
I did something today that I typically don't do, and I probably won't do it again. A neighbor dropped off some cookies from this place called Crumble or something. It's some fad joint, and it's these cookies. And I started eating one, and the coffee, and I kept eating it. And yeah, let's just say I probably won't do that again. But that was a big cookie for breakfast.
Nothing wrong with that every once in a while.
Yeah.
So and Ben, I think I saw Ben was in the building. So shout out to Ben down in Florida. Ben Cologne. Yes, Ben and Annie, I think, are both coming. So we're going to see Ben and Annie down in FedCon. And are you familiar with, by the way, Ben, PKI group in Florida?
Not personally.
Because he might be a great
Martinez.
Yeah, he might be a great contact for you guys. He does
definitely
an awful lot of installations, an awful lot of specking, a lot of different things. That guy is super busy and one of the best guys in the world you'll ever meet. So, oh my God, the best. So we love you, Ben. Make sure you stop by Kason's booth at FedCon. I think you guys might actually have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, before we jump off here, I want to give a shout out to Jason Latimer, who's also a big poster and really appreciate the stuff that he puts out. He does a nice job with his social. So thanks a lot, Jason.
Yes, he was here before.
Jason, yeah, he's been. I've talked to Jason a couple of times behind the scenes. He's reached out because he wanted to start posting more and kind of sent him in the InShot direction on his phone, which I find to be one of the easiest apps to use for video and stuff like that. And he loves it. So for those of you looking for an app on your phone that's easy to get you through the day, doing some quick video edits, it's super user friendly. Download InShot, and I recommend downloading the paid version. It's like $3.99 a month. It's worth it. So
just to also bring it up, at FedCon, we are having a workshop with David Hudson, who will be teaching folks how to get started with creating video content off of your phone, and also how to level it up if you are creating content on your smartphone, leveling up to maybe doing it on a camera, that sort of thing. So that's an awesome workshop. Yeah,
and he's going to be using Adobe Rush.
Yes.
So you could download that to your phone as well. I have not yet to use it, so I don't have any input, but definitely going to download it between now and then and mess around with it to see how it works. So there's lots of ways to stay connected and get your content out there.
Great. Yeah. Before we sign off, I invite everyone to visit our social channels, whether it's YouTube or LinkedIn, Instagram or Twitter. Give us a like and a follow. That'd be greatly appreciated. We just put a lot of new content out on our YouTube channel. We've got some roundtable discussions between our manufacturing and engineering teams, which is some great content. So again, another look behind the scenes at Kason and why and who we are, and why we're great. So definitely check that out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, head on over to YouTube, go to Kason Industries, give that a subscribe. And I think I'll probably do a little follow up in the Fed group with Kason, we'll put up some of their social channels in the community to make sure everybody's following, everyone stays connected. It's a big piece of the puzzle here. We want to make sure everyone's following everybody and staying connected so everyone is in the know.
Right.
That's how we're going to build and grow our industry. Honestly, we need to stay connected to each other. So,
yep, keep chipping away.
That's it. Super important. So, Matt, I appreciate you joining us on a Friday.
Yep.
There's still some day left, so I guess you're gonna go make that count, I'm sure. And we're gonna go. Anything big before we go? Anything big Friday night? What are we doing?
Well,
pizza.
Nothing too much here.
Nothing too much. All right.
And just hanging tight and keeping pretty close to home these days. But
I hear you.
I got to be prepared for that soccer game on Sunday. And running around. So
All right, there you go. So we got some soccer on Sunday for me. Friday's always pizza night. So let me see where we're gonna get some pizza from. I don't know.
Domino's.
Maybe. Could be.
Wait, did you say you're playing soccer?
No.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
No. You don't want to see me play soccer. Not good.
All right.
I have footage of myself back in like 1990, just running up and down the field. I never even touched the ball. I had no idea what was going on.
It's effort, Rich. It's effort. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was on the Scorpions. That's all I know. Baseball was my thing growing up, so I played a lot of baseball. But awesome. All right, Matt. Thank you so much. We're gonna go check out KasonInd.com. We're gonna go check out everything on the social channels. We're gonna see you at RIFMA booth 1123. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Wheeler.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Stay fired up.